Hello wonderful world of YouTube, I am PJ Mills, and on my last album review, I asked viewers to pick an album they would like me to review. Turns out I actually did get a request. Pretty cool. So on this video, I'll be reviewing Skillet's new album, Awake, released on August 24th of 2009. Skillet has become incredibly popular, especially for a band that most people have labeled as Christian. Everyone believes in something, and it's really sad that believing in God has such a negative effect on a lot of really talented musicians, but I'm kind of getting off track here. A lot of Skillet's popularity has to do with their very successful previous album, Comatose, which sold more than 500,000 copies. Comatose was an extremely good album, so that put a ton of pressure on the new Skillet album. With that in mind, let's go ahead and start checking out the songs. The first song off Awake is Hero, which is a really good song, but what makes the track really stand out is the female vocalist, Jen Ledger, who is actually the brand new drummer for the band.
I'm just a step away, I'm just a breath away, losing my faith today. Falling off the edge today. I am just a man, not superhuman. I'm not superhuman. Someone save me from the hate.
Jen's clean vocals work extremely well with John's rougher voice. I enjoyed Skillet's older drummer, but Jen is just awesome. She adds so much to the band. Talent, skills, and a really attractive face. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that sounded really creepy. Moving on. The next song off the album is Monster. Now, there's been a lot of comparison between this song and the 3 Days Grace song, Am I Become. The truth is, yeah, they do sound similar. The lyrics are dealing with very similar topics. The arrangement of the songs are very similar. Both guitarists are using very similar distortion effects, and both songs are in drop C. So yeah, Monster does sound a lot like Am I Become. Is that a bad thing? No! For crying out loud, people, there are over 11 million songs on iTunes. And I'm not just making that number up, it's on Apple's website. Out of those 11 million songs, do you really expect every single one of them to sound completely different? If you do, then you have ridiculously high expectations. I'm just saying. Basically what I'm trying to say is, it's a good song, and while it may sound similar to Am I Become, it is not a ripoff. And now for one of the major highlights of the album, track 4, which is Awake and Alive. This song is basically the ultimate Skillet song because it includes like everything that makes them great. The violins, an awesome guitar solo, and a chorus you can't help but sing along with. And on top of all that, Jen Ledger sings, so that just like makes the track even more awesome. Skipping a few songs, we come to track 8, which is Believe. Now this song is really awesome because every time I listen to it, it sends chills down my spine. Ooh, did you feel that? Maybe not? Okay, maybe I'm just weird. John Cooper's vocals in this song are just really, really good. I would have to say one of his more impressive performances. The album finishes with the song Lucy, which is a strong ballad that sounds a lot like Years to Hold.
Now that it's over, I just wanna hold her. I give up all the world to see that little piece of heaven looking back at me.
In my personal opinion, I would have to say this song is better just because I just kind of like the chorus more and I really like the lyrics to this song. Great way for Skillet to end the album. Now for the album as a whole. The best way to describe this album is basically Comatose Part 2. Skillet really doesn't offer us anything fresh on Awake. Most of the songs sound very similar to the songs off Comatose, but if you liked Comatose, then you'll like this album. However, if you're a heartless music critic that hates when bands release similar sounding albums, then you might want to stick with Comatose. Now, is Awake better than Comatose? Not really. Awake is a good album, but as a whole, I would have to say Comatose is a better overall album. Alright, now it's time for my favorite song off the album, which is gonna have to be Believe, which I did mention earlier. Yeah, it's the chill song. I really love the guitar work and vocals on this song. Just really awesome. My least favorite song off the album is Should've When You Could've, which is track 7. Really stupid song, believe me. I really wanted to like every song off Awake, but this one is just bad. I mean, even the title of the song is silly. I hate to sound cruel, but I never listen to this song. Every time it comes on, I skip it. And now for the final score. I give Awake by Skillet a 7 out of 10. Now, don't freak out, you diehard fans. 7 out of 10 is not a bad score at all. The reason I'm giving it a 7 is because Awake doesn't really offer us anything we haven't already heard from Skillet. And a few of the songs off the album are just kind of so-so. I'm referring to Sometimes, One Day Too Late, and Should've When You Could've. Now guys, admit it, you have heard better Skillet songs. Now if those 3 songs are like your top favorite Skillet songs, please don't take offense. The rest of the album, however, is really good. Alright, that's really all I wanted to say about the album. I hope you enjoyed this review, and feel free to let me know what you thought in the comments section below. Of course, if you hated it, then that would be sad. Anyways, if you learned anything from this video, let it be this. If you were to ever wake up in an old hospital wrapped in bandages or covered in a plastic tarp, quickly and carefully make your way to the nearest exit, because chances are a large team of SWAT members will come after you. For some reason. Oh yeah, and it'll probably be bright outside, so don't forget some shades.
Sparta!